All right. Okay, everyone. Hi, and welcome to LA Blueprint's second info session. So, if you guys couldn't make the in-person one, that's totally okay. We're here today to give you just the same amount of treatment, same information. So we're just going to be going over what LA Blueprint is, who is Blueprint, what our projects are for this upcoming year, how you can get involved, and also, like I said, answer any questions as you have. First, let's introduce ourselves a little bit. So you'll get to hear everyone talk today. Oop, it's loading. All right, but I'll go ahead and introduce myself first. I'm Angela. I'm a fourth year cog sci major. I'm the co-president of Blueprint, and last year I was a design project lead for Right Girl. The year before that, I was a designer for Friends of the Children, and yeah. And hopefully, you guys will be able to meet the other members of our team that are still in Blueprint, and they're amazing people. And here are our advisors as well. And we also recently got a new faculty advisor. His name's Professor Darwish. So if you guys know who um, he is an amazing professor. He's an amazing dude. So we're really excited to have him. Okay, so if you know a little bit about Blueprint, you might have heard our phrase tech for social good, and we do that free of charge. And so what that means is essentially we build full stack web and mobile applications for three nonprofits every year. So when we collaborate with our nonprofit partners, we're really passionate about taking every single one of their respective missions and helping them bring their missions into the digital space by expanding their reach, improving their internal workflows, sharing their resources. So whether that's by helping underserved communities or addressing social disparities or fighting for social justice, we truly believe that the best way to tap into each nonprofit's potential is by expanding their impact through technology. And we believe that you guys also believe that too. So that's why you're here. And we'll show you just a few examples of how we did that a little later tonight. And I also want to just say, when a lot of people think of social good, they might think of in-person volunteering, donations, kind of in that sense. But I think while that's an amazing avenue to do so, joining Blueprint is also an amazing way to see how tangible your impact can be as well as a developer and designer. So when we deploy our apps and we successfully help our nonprofits, we have 12 projects and counting. I guarantee you that that will be one of the most fulfilling things that you can do in your college career. So, especially with the projects that we have in this upcoming year. A little fun fact too is last year we recently just became a 501(c)(3) nonprofit. So, TLDR about us is just we're a nonprofit helping other nonprofits.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the intro, Angela. So I'm sure you've all seen a lot of the different tech clubs at UCLA, and you're probably asking yourself what makes us truly unique. So I would say that it's our community or our family. If you ask any of our members, there's like a 99% chance that they'll say what they love most about the club is the people. And yeah, everyone at Blueprint is super just passionate, kind, and talented. We're like-minded but diverse, and we work really hard on our projects, which really bonds us together into a family, one that sticks together even after grad. So like this past weekend, a lot of alumni gathered together in San Francisco. So by joining our community, you can have a really nice alumni network as well as a really great community while at UCLA too.
Yeah, and also just throwing in a little history. We're not the first chapter. The LA and LA Blueprint is actually just like interchangeable. So the first chapter was actually at UC Berkeley in 2013. And then we were founded, LA Blueprint was founded in 2019, right after the University of Waterloo. So anywhere you go, we're everywhere. And while we spend a lot of our free time doing nonprofit work, we're also able to transfer a lot of our technical skills over to pretty competitive companies as well. So it's a passion, it's a hobby, but it's also something that can help you in your career in tech if that's what you want to pursue. So it's Amazon, Facebook, Apple, you name it, and also a lot of other amazing companies that aren't just like the FANG companies as well that aren't listed on here. So a lot of great networking opportunity and a lot of great mentorship as well. and I'm going to hand it over to Jeff to tell you about how we made our impact in the past.
Perfect. Thank you, Angela. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff, and I am the other co-president of LA Blueprint this year. Previously, I was a developer my freshman year, then I switched over to design for my sophomore year, and then last year, I was the design project lead for I Don't Mind. But yeah, we can go to the next slide. So, as we mentioned, we have partnered with 12 different nonprofits in LA Blueprint's history, but we'll be talking about the ones we did just last year. So, starting off with Global Green, Global Green is very special because it is an international organization that aims to raise awareness about effective solutions to environmental issues and also just promoting scalable and sustainable approaches for widespread adoption. And so, where we came in was we made this web-based educational game that had learning modules that taught users about eco-friendly practices. And it also included more interactive elements like quizzes, a point system, and challenges, as well as a map of sustainability labs and recycling centers. All right, next up we have I Don't Mind. So this is the project that I did last year, so it has a very special place in my heart. But basically, I Don't Mind is a organization with a mission to inspire more open conversations about mental health and to provide free resources and support for anyone who needs it. And so what we made for them here was a mobile app sort of friendly companion that would check in with the user every day to kind of track different aspects of their well-being and then from there generate personalized content in the form of exercises, articles, journal prompts that are always curated for the user and their specific needs. And we also showed a lot of cool like trends and data visualization that we obtained again from the daily check-ins. All right, and lastly, last year we had Right Girl. So Right Girl is a organization that aims to promote creativity and self-expression, and overall just empower underserved girls and other gender-expansive youth with a community of female writers. And so we made this mobile app for them that includes unique progressive stepwise writing activities, randomizers that give people fun ways to kind of get inspired with prompts and things like locations to write about for their stories. And also just overall creating a wide appeal to an audience of not just girls, but gender expensive youth and even adults of all genders.
Hello, everyone. I'm also Angela. I'm currently serving as the VP of Operations, and I'm a third year computer science major. And last year, I was also a dev on Right Girl, and the year before that, I was also a dev on Trans Can Work. So now that we talked a little bit more about our amazing previous projects, let's talk a little bit more about our current recruitment cycle. So as you guys know, we're looking for developers and designers, and developers will primarily be writing the code for our application and making sure everything works correctly. And designers will handle the UI UX part of the application, ensuring that we have smooth user experience when people are using our apps. And if you guys have any questions about the project or recruitment, anything like that, we have breakout rooms at the very end for more one-on-one questions. And without further ado, let's talk about the three nonprofits that we're working with this year. Starting off, we have End Overdose.
Woo! Sorry, guys,
Hey
it's like
guys,
my
my name
first.
is Antonio. Oh, it's all good. Hi guys, my name is Antonio. I'm a fourth year computer science major, and last year I worked as a developer on I Don't Mind.
Yeah, hi, I'm Joyce. I'm one of the dev project leads for End Overdose. I'm a third year computer science major and I worked on I Don't Mind and Friends of the Children in the past 2 years.
Hey guys, I'm Mackenzie. I'm a fourth year cognitive science student, and I'm a design PL for End Overdose. And my last project was Right Girl.
All right, so kind of to just give some insight on what End Overdose is about. So End Overdose is a nationwide organization that aims to end drug-related overdose deaths through education, medical intervention, and public awareness. So a big problem that we're facing right now is that high schools lack access to educational content on opioid overdose prevention. And while end overdoses in-person sessions are effective, they have really limited reach and our online options often block or not tailored to high school students.
So the way we aim to approach this problem is to build a responsive web application that has learning modules for these high school students across multiple school districts to learn more about the dangers of opiate overdose and give them insight into certain career opportunities. And there will be interactive gamified elements like quizzes throughout, and also personalized avatar selection for the students. Additionally, we want a data sharing feature that allows the school administrators to track each student's module completion.
Okay, so by supporting End Overdose, you're helping push their mission to raise awareness on drug overdose prevention and aiding a new generation in becoming more educated on living a safer, healthier, and happier life for themselves and others. And also, if you are interested in End Overdose, there is a chapter at UCLA. So if you're interested in any of that, check them out too. They're really cool. Yeah.
All right, guys.
Woo!
Yes. Oh, bear with me here. Let's like bring the energy back like we're a person. Um, next, we have Teapot Gardens. Yeah, guys are gonna. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Hi, I'm Tom. I'm a third year CS and linguistics major, and this is actually my first project in LA Blueprint, so very excited.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric and I'm a fourth year DMA major and this is my second project. Last year I worked on Right Girl. Yeah.
Yeah, so just some extra background on Teapot Gardens. They're a really cool nonprofit in LA, and they're dedicated to creating paradise gardens in park-deprived neighborhoods. And basically, they strive to connect artists and intergenerational families in these spaces in order to foster community and creativity by hosting art and cultural events in these natural spaces. So it's a great way to expose people to the outdoors, places they might not know about in LA, and overall just provide them a place to explore art forms because in LA, the art scene can be pretty intense. So yeah.
Yeah, like Tom said, one of the problems that we kind of came to the conclusion with is overall lack of green spaces in LA, in different parts of LA, such as Central LA, and how these restrictions and barriers to these green spaces for different people can really inhibit things like creativity and engagement with local communities. And so, the existing operations that Teapot does have, things like Google Forms and Eventbrite and stuff like that, it makes their access and ability to display their information in an organized manner it makes it very hard. So overall, there's a fragmented communication between Teapot Gardens and their community, and that's what we aim to solve.
Yeah. So like Eric said, the communication overall just isn't too great right now since they're using so many different forms of communication. So one of the solutions that we came up with was overall just creating a mobile app to centralize all of the communication because signups are really important for this nonprofit. And they want to make sure that as many people know of the events that are happening and are able to overall just sign up really easily because we don't want to make the barrier to entry harder than it is. And another thing that they wanted to implement was rewarding existing community members who engage in Teapot Gardens and go to events and host events by basically gamifying engagement. So how it'll work is that each person will be awarded XP for going to attending events, and that XP will go towards leveling up like a personal garden, similar to a Tamagotchi pet. So this is going to be a really fun challenge, I think, for designers too, because you'd be able to work on a bunch of garden designs and make them more and more nuanced and fun for the higher levels.
Yeah, so what is Teapot Gardens all about and how can your contribution help your community? Teapot Gardens is all about using gardens in nature as a way to provide different experiences and different ways of art to your local community. And your contribution would definitely help scale this nonprofit and provide um, a way for people to access sustainable community hubs where nature and art come together. Thank you.
Okay, and next we have United Way.
Hello, hello. So my partner Edward couldn't make it today, but he's the dev PL for this project. And hi, I'm Stella. I'm the design PL for this project. Nice to meet you all. So a little bit about United Way, which is a nonprofit we're partnering with, is that they aim to advance the quality of life for people in crisis, people in underserved communities, people of color, by building pathways for stronger, connected communities and shared economic and social prosperity between local businesses and people. So the main problems that United Way and we will aim to tackle is that with many historically underserved communities in LA, there's not much of a bridge to connect and enrich local businesses and people. Second, there is a lack of infrastructure to incentivize economic support and prosperity within these communities. And third, there's a lack of method to directly observe evolving engagement and liveliness of the local communities throughout the year. So a solution that we're working towards with United Way is a mobile app that includes region-dependent community events host, a region-dependent community events feed, hosted by local community organizations, including trainings, survey days, community dialogues, and vendor markets. Also, activity-based reward systems to redeem prizes for consistent engagement and support. And finally, local businesses pages containing their own hosted activities and events, basically promoting more community engagement by promoting the events that local businesses have and connecting them with the people in the underserved communities and reviving economic prosperity in that way. If you join United Way, your impact would be building stronger bonds and enriching the very communities that form LA's identity at its core, ultimately cultivating stronger pathways to economic prosperity for underserved minorities and people of color.
Woo! United Way.
Okay, yeah. Hi, everyone. My name's Ryan. I'm a fourth year computer science major, and I'm currently the VP of Tech at Blueprint. Yeah, so I joined in my freshman year, and I was a developer for about 2 years for first the Conscious Kit, then Transcan Work. And then last year, I was the developer project lead for Global Green. And so, yeah, why Blueprint? Um, First off, I guess the projects we handle have an incredible impact on our community, and they also often have longevity. So, usually, especially in academia, projects are like short-lived. You kind of build it, it works 80% of the time, and you feel thrilled for maybe like a few days. But besides yourself, there's little influence outside of that. And by joining Blueprint, you'll be able to extend the impact of your work far beyond yourself. The projects you work on in Blueprint will live far longer through the nonprofits that you work with and ultimately help a much larger breadth of people and communities in LA and maybe even beyond. Yeah, so specifically for developers, what do you get out of this? Well, you'll be able to learn modern web and mobile development technologies. We mainly use JavaScript, Node.js, React, and on top of that, for web we use Next.js, and for mobile we do React Native. Yeah, we also use other technologies that are widespread in the industry like AWS and Mongo. But this is purely based on project needs. We can add and remove text stacks as needed. And also, you'll be able to develop important soft skills since you'll rarely be working on projects by yourself. Active communication with other developers and the design team will give you a much better understanding of the work it takes to produce a holistically sound and cohesive product. Don't take it from us though. Take it from all alumni. Oh, take it from all alumni who are currently thriving at top tech companies using the skills, values, and ethics they've nurtured through Blueprint. And next, I think Jiyoung can talk about the designers.
Hi, I'm Jian. I'm a fourth year DASMA major. Um, I joined my sophomore year as a designer for Transcan Work, and then last year I worked on Right Girl with Angela and Caroline as my PLs. This year I'm the VP of Design. So I'll just like go over what it is to be a designer at BP. Yeah, so basically as a designer at Blueprint, you'll be experiencing the entire process of what it is to be a UX UI designer. This includes the research process as well as iterative design processes. With your design team and under your design PL's instructions, you basically start with user research, where you conduct interviews and make user flows to understand your user needs. Then we move on to wireframes, mockups, a lot of prototypes, and basically refining any designs through usability testing with your live users, as well as just learning how to communicate within your team. Designers will use their design thinking process to understand the user pain points and how to solve those problems through an engaging and accessible design. What I think is really special and exciting about Blueprint is seeing those designs being used by real users and testing them for feedback. Because we're partnered with a specific nonprofit organization every year, your designs are catered towards a specific audience where you communicate with them to find a solution for this problem with your own designs. And throughout this year-long process, designers work really closely with developers, usually like 7 to 8 developers per team, where you understand the design scope and how your designs are actually getting implemented through code. I think it's a really incredible skill as a UX designer, to communicate with the developers. So I think it's a really excellent way to practice and learn how to design, and see how design and development get intersected to create a fully functioning app.
Hi everyone, I'm Caroline. I'm a fourth-year computer science major, currently serving as EVP. My first 2 years in Blueprint, I was a developer for The Conscious Kid and then Skid Row Arts Alliance. And then last year, I was the development project lead for Right Girl. So just to summarize tonight, you should join us if you want to be part of a member-first community. The executive team, as well as all the project leads that you met here tonight, work with our general members to create a genuinely supportive environment that's going to prioritize you and your well-being, as well as creating some fun memories in the process. Simultaneously, we're creating these really impactful projects that stand the test of time. Some of our products are used by tens to hundreds of thousands of users. So if you join Blueprint, you won't just be like a developer or a designer, but you also get to be an innovator and a change maker for your community.
All right. Hey guys, I'm back. My name is still Jeff. Okay, so I am here to tell you about some of the frequently asked questions we get. So the first of which is, do I need experience to join Blueprint? And the answer is, and always has been, and always will be, no. We specifically recruit for passion and demonstrated commitment to grow. And we also dedicate most of the fall quarter to go through an extensive onboarding process where the new developers and designers will get the skills that they need in order to build the products for the rest of the year. Next would be, how much of a time commitment is Blueprint? We expect about 8 to 10 hours per week, if anything on the lower end of that. And that will include the Blueprint-wide general meetings, which happen every Monday evening for fall quarter, and then every other Monday evening for the rest of the year. That also includes bi-weekly work sessions with your team, which will be scheduled based on the team members' availability, and socials, which you don't have to go to, but like you'll want to go. And then next, what is the interview process like? So you're already off to a great start by being at our info session. And the first step after this is going to be to complete the written application, which is out already. And we'll have a link to that later. And it's due end of day Friday this week. It's very short, just 3, I believe, short answer questions. From there, selected applicants will get invited to a virtual interview where we can better understand your background and passions. And after that, selected interviewees will chat with us in person so we can get to know you. All right. And then we have, what is the timeline for our projects? So as we alluded to earlier, the projects do follow the cadence of an entire school year, spanning from when the project teams form in October to product delivery in June. And that way you make sure you have a fully fledged project product by the end of it. Um, we also have, do I get to choose the team that I am on? And the answer is yes. So as part of the onboarding process, we'll at some point have a day where all the PLs sort of pitch their projects to the club. It's very fun. And then you'll fill out a form showing which project you prefer to be on. And from there, we'll match people. And you'll always get your first or second choice. Lastly, how many people are we looking to recruit this year? We are looking for around 13 to 14 developers and 6 to 7 designers, but we want to emphasize that this isn't a hard and fast rule. Team sizes will be flexible based on the applicants we see that are a good fit as well as the project need.
Awesome. Okay. Now, one of the most important takeaways here is right on the screen. So this is our last info session that we have. And so everything else will be in our link tree. So on there has everything that you need. If you fill out our interest form, and also, there's a QR code there, but Juliet just sent the link tree in the chat if you need. So if you fill out the interest form, you'll be added to like our emailing list where we'll send out the recording of this, and we'll also send out like other updates as well. And on the link tree, there's also the application link and other things that you need as well. We also have a Roblox event coming up soon. Hasn't been announced yet. You guys are the first to know. And that's on there as well, the RSVP form, the interest form for there. And so applications, like Jeff said, are due on the 4th, so end of day this Friday. And then we will have our first round interview notification sent out on the 8th. And then selected candidates will be chosen for a coffee chat on the 14th. And then you guys can expect to hear back from us on the 18th. And if you missed it, the link tree is here again, and the due date is here again. So check us out. We also have an awesome Instagram. So if you guys want to follow that handle there, a lot of updates are going to be on our social media and on Instagram as well. So yeah, that's it. And now is the perfect time to ask any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and open up all the breakout rooms to you guys. Can everyone see? Awesome. So here you can see you can join End Overdose, Teapot Gardens, and United Way, and you guys can just hop in between each one of the projects and just ask the project leads any questions that you have, talk to them, suss out the vibes, and then if you have any design questions, go into the design questions breakout room and you can get to talk to Gian. And then same thing with the developers. You can ask Ryan any dev questions you have. And if you just have any general questions or just want to chat, feel free to go to any of the general question breakout rooms. And if you just want to chill, feel free to stay here. We'll see you guys in a bit. Bye.